Hello, hello. What's going on, everybody in the world? Um, Basically have this on so I can have something playing in the background while I speak upon things, because that's my style. But today I wanted to go ahead and speak upon the, I suppose, the Harada thing, and Tekken as a whole. So I just wanted to go ahead and start by saying I hope he's doing well. I really do. I really do hope he's doing or will be doing well for himself, whatever his endeavors will be. I've heard that he has had issues with his liver and whatnot, and I genuinely hope bro gets help with that. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to go ahead and speak about um, what's gonna happen with Tekken 8, right? I guess that's pretty much what everybody wants to know. Is the game gonna be okay? Will there be a season 3? Now, all these answers I genuinely don't know. We're all just in the dark, as the game is pretty much still in the dark. There's been no news. I've just heard randomly that there's gonna be a maintenance thing going on today, and I was like, dang. Other than that, nothing has been said. Ever since Miari dropped, everything has just been silent. So, I'm pretty sure it has to do with Harada's leaving, but it is what it is. Nah, but for real though, what I really do want to talk about, man to man, me to Harada. You know what I'm saying? Unlike most people, I suppose I can separate the art from the man. It's just some cases it's hard to do, but in this case, I can do so. You know what I'm saying? So, just to Harada in general, right? I am so grateful that you fought so hard to get Josie resolved in Tekken 7. Honestly, you have no idea how wonderful that decision was. Like, personally, right? Because, there was a lot of controversy with her because, there's a Filipino figure named Jose Rizal, and people didn't like the resemblance, name wise and stuff, and thought there was mockery being made. But all in all, things were pushed, and she made it in, which is amazing, right? So I've been playing Josie for around like 8 years since my channel's been up. Before that, you know, I played a lot of Halo and Souls games. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to derail, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep talking about Josie for a second. I'll get to the other stuff in a moment, but I've never really what's the word? I've never really not really melded. I've never like connected with a fighting game character as much as I have with Josie, because as I've said before on this channel, I practice martial arts, and Josie does Eskrima, which is a Filipino or a martial art from the Philippines, and she uses the unarmed version. I was very interested with that. That mixed in with kickboxing as well, which I practice, and I was immediately attracted to her. Right, I came into Tekken 7 playing Leo because, you know, Tag 2 and Tekken 6. Leo was really fun. I like the grabs and the you know, 4-4-2 and whatnot. But I randomly decided to pick Josie, and the rest is history. Like, her moves were were and still are the most beautiful depictions of the martial art. And I am just super grateful to you, Harada, and the team that pushed to make her and push her out there. You know, getting her up in the game. Like, from the bottom of my blackened, burning soul, I mean every word of that. You know, and I know Tekken 8 has not been as much a success, but you know, this is a different age. You know, as I get older, tomorrow's literally my birthday. I'm gonna be 31. You know, as I get older, my interests start to shift, much like a lot of people that are on YouTube and play games and stuff. A lot of interests shift. So, and priorities shift as well. So when it comes to a point to where you have to make a decision, it's like, okay, well, do I dump all my energy here, or do I dump it where it actually matters, you know? So where it stands, whether or not Tekken 8 will be alright, I don't know, because all that's going to be left soon is the rest of the, you know, the dev team and Katsu and Michael Murray. And we haven't heard from them in a long time, so you know what I'm saying, who knows what's gonna happen, if there's going to be a season 3 or seasons beyond that. Don't know. But what I do know is Tekken 8 is in the state that it is right now, and people are trying to salvage what's left of, I guess, the concept of fun. Ooh, that startled me. Did you see that? Anyway, people are trying to salvage the concept of fun and still trying to find some sense of normalcy in a crazy freaking game, right? But, you know, me included, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that, because all in all, it's still Tekken. People still love Tekken, and they want Tekken to be great. But when it turns out to be, what was that? When it turns out to, you know, hinder a lot of folk in the long run, it feels like not really a betrayal. Well, I guess a little bit of betrayal. It kind of feels like that, doesn't it? Like a personal attack. But it's not really. It's just because, me personally, I'm a very passionate person when it comes to things that I enjoy, which then I will get into me talking about Halo. I've played Halo for a long time, dude. Way before I even knew what Tekken really was about. 12 years ago, I uploaded my first video, which was from Halo 4. And that's not even the furthest, like, dude, I've been playing Reach and 3 beyond that. So 12 years ago, beyond, what am I saying? More years have been spent playing Halo in general than Tekken, you know what I'm saying? And that game, Halo Reach, oh my.
Oh my god. Jesus.
You have to grind like crazy in that game. In online ranking, there are 50 ranks. There are 50 ranks in Halo Reach, and it is not a cakewalk to get up there. It is tough. Right? You have to be good. You really have to work your butt off. And right now, there are 38 ranks in Tekken 8 right now, thanks to the additions to GOD, which is, you know, whatever. So, you know, that with the old game like Reach, you know, having that much of a skill requirement, that really just puts into perspective how much a person really has to dump into a game to get really good, right? And getting into why I'm a very passionate person when it comes to things I enjoy is I was very passionate about Halo. I was a very hardcore Halo player. Like, every time I played a match, I would have to get double digits in every match, or else I would consider myself trash. I would be hard on myself because it's like, I know good and goddamn well, man, I've studied up on the the MLG, you know what I'm saying? Looking at all the top players play, you know, uh, trying to fit their strategies into mine, trying to get good, practicing, playing online a lot, playing with friends, and just being freaking sick. The name Guitar Virtuoso 1 carries a lot of weight, right? Or I should say DHG Vampire, right? That name, those two names carry more weight than you would ever know, because those names were used in Halo. Back when I was freaking Sweat Lord, I was sweaty, my boy. Right? And so, talking about the passion, why I'm so passionate about Tekken, the things I've been saying, is because of that competitive spirit that I have in Halo and that I still have in Tekken. Or, well, used to have, not really anymore these days, right? But, once and again, if I'm really feeling a game or a session with someone and it's getting really good, the sweatiness will come back, and it'll start to feel great again. But yeah, it's just really sad, this whole thing. It kind of feels like the tower. Excuse me, guys. I don't usually talk so much, so when I do in one session, it kind of, my body is like, what the hell are you doing? But anyway, it feels like a tower is like crashing down on a game that I wanted to get really good in, and it feels terrible. Oh wow, this is the start. But honestly, I do hope that the game survives, because Tekken 7 made it to 5 seasons, five-ish seasons. Season 5 was like, oh man, y'all tripping. Be honest, bro, y'all tripping. But yeah, I just don't know what is going to become, the Tekken 8. And a lot of people don't know what's going to happen, but one can just hope that it survives and you can still have a fighting game to play, because literally Tekken players don't play other fighting games as much. I mean, you have some that play like Street Fighter and some anime games, but me personally, I do not play other fighters. I tried Virtua Fighter. Brad Burns, Virtua Fighter 5 Revo. Brad Burns is cool, but the way the game plays, it doesn't really suit me. It feels very clunky, old, and jittery, and all that stuff, and I can't really get into that. So Street Fighter 6 is pretty close, but the last time I played, I couldn't find people, so I'm in a bit of a situation where Tekken 8 is my only fighting game right now. And I'm not really attracted to other fighters because they don't really attract my attention. So you then have to think, man, what now? I don't know, man. I don't know. Tekken 8 is going through the same thing that Halo did. I started in Halo 3, so you got Halo 3, you got Halo, Halo Reach, and then Halo 4, and then it started to go down in Halo 5. I hated Halo 5, and then Infinite came out, and I hated that even more. And then that's where it cut off for me. Like, I just completely detached from not Halo as a whole, but those games altogether, because it didn't encapsulate what I enjoyed about Halo, because they started implementing elements of like Call of Duty and stuff like that. They got a freaking grapple hook that you can grab onto ledges and stuff, and you can clamber onto ledges. That's not the Halo that I'm used to. So, when you have something that you've played for a long time and then it just changes abruptly, it doesn't feel fantastic. It kind of feels like, okay, well, now there's this homunculus here, and I don't know what to do with that. So I'll just go ahead and leave. And that's pretty much what happened with Halo 5 and Infinite. Left it. And I play, if I do want to play Halo again, I play the Master Chief Collection, because it has Halo 4 and Halo Reach on it, and those are like the only Halo games that I will play these days if I do want to play Halo. So, and now that I'm looking at it, this is exactly what's happening with Tekken. So it feels like things are coming back full circle, which is funny and not funny at the same time. It's like the same timeline is happening, but they branched off, but they're still connecting. It's just like, wow, why is this happening? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. It's very concerning, because once again, a large portion of my community on here was from the Josie guys, because I really put Josie out there. I did so much with that character, and when you have a connection like that, you don't want it to waver, you don't want it to disappear. So when it did with Josie not being in Tekken 8, it's just you try to find something else to try to keep that fire going. And when it kind of feels weird and it's like, damn, okay, well, I'm gonna try to make this work somehow. And it does work, but over time it's just like, damn. And then everybody else is like, damn, and leaving. So Tekken 8 is in a funny spot, dude. It's in a funny spot. It's been in a funny spot since like day one. But things fixing, breaking, fixing, breaking, fixing, breaking. But I don't know, dog. I don't know. I miss the good old days. Back in my day, we used to have fun. But it is what it is. The folks that enjoy Tekken 8 now, they are, the newer guys, the newer players are here. They're here to stay. They will enjoy everything, while the old heads like me, I can consider myself an old head at this point. The old heads are just like, fuck, bro. This is a strange timeline right now that we're in. The end game's looking kind of bleak. But I've played a little bit of Miari here and there, but overall I'm just kind of trickling along, trying to find my way and stuff, game-wise, content-wise. So, all you ever really see now with Tekken, you still see gameplay, but mostly you see drama. You see topics being talked about more than you see the game being played. And I think that's a testament. That is definitely a testament to the state of things right now. I feel like I can't. What? This is a red herring area, but when you have a game like Tekken 8, and all you ever really see is just like people talking about it rather than playing it, you have a problem. Like, there is a problem. That's not good. Oh my god, I'm stuck in here. But as I walk in circles, I again want to circle back and say, Harada and the team that helped with Josie, I really do appreciate you guys for that, because for like 8 years I've been playing Josie, dog. 8 years. 8 years. And I've made 66 combo videos for her, I believe, at this point. I've made 66, which is an insane number for any single person. Any single person. And I can gladly say, that's me. I did that. Nobody else has. Nobody ever will. Ever. That's my milestone. So I'm very thankful for bro bringing Josie up into the world. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I've kind of been like rambling on through this whole thing, but I guess that's kind of the treat of it, isn't it? Just makes the videos seem a bit more human rather than scripted. I don't really do scripted stuff all that much, but structure and what have you. But yeah, this one is kind of like a shower thought type of video where I just talk about what the hell is going on and what will happen with Tekken, from which I do not know, but it just kind of sitting here wondering, am I finally getting out of here? Thank God. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Whew. I don't want to go back there again. God damn. But there are people that think Tekken 8 will be alright despite all the issues and stuff, and that's fine. That's good, because it's good to have hope when it's hopeless or seemingly hopeless. You kind of need that sort of energy, because when you have a whole bunch of negativity just blasting about, it's good to find something a bit more positive to latch on to. Now, not parasitically positive, because there's a difference between positive and parasitically positive. Parasitically positive, which I'm naming it that. Parasitically positive is where there's issues present in something, but you choose to ignore it and say, oh, it's all fine, it's all cool. Let's focus on something else, and then just completely, not giving a rat's ass about the current issues and just saying it's fine. Everybody stop trying to make an issue out of a little thing when it's really not a little thing. No, that's parasitically positive. Being regular positive is just finding the light. Finding the light in something. Like just the other day or yesterday, I took Azucena into quick play, and I played her to the best of my ability like a bot. And I thought that was really fun. I found something that I would consider to be interesting and fun in a game that most people say is not fun right now, and turned it into something that is my own. And that part is fun. That's what makes things fun in this game right now. Just finding something random like that and then just going along with it. And that's cool. And I think a lot of people that still want to be involved with this game are doing that, the ones that are grinding rank, well, good luck to you. I think your sanity is a bit cooked. It may be too late for you, but the ones that try to find other things than rank, because I clocked out of rank. I'm done with that forever, because it's meaningless. It's meaningless. And I'll tell you why it's meaningless. Because Tekken 8, the way that is built, right? It is built to attract more new players. Now, as we all know, Tekken is a game where it is difficult for a reason. It's a skill-based game. You have to build skills in a game that you've never played before, muscle memory and what have you, and try your hand at using those built skills against a player that you've never seen before, and see how you do. That is the essence of Tekken. That and character expression, which is pretty much dead now. And it was quite present. It was quite present in Tekken 7, because you'd have characters like, okay, Josie, for instance. There's a difference between what's his name? Oh shit. There's a difference between Kagemaru's Josie and Pokechop's Josie and Red's Josie, Daddy King's Josie, my Josie, just an example. There was a lot of character expression back then, whereas now, everybody kind of just melds together into this pot of ick. Just it's the same type of play everywhere, right? I mean, you got a little here and there, but mostly it's not very different anymore. Everybody kind of plays the same, and that's a problem, man. It's freaking it's sad to see, but that's where we are with Tekken 8, man. That's where we are. But Tekken 8 has been made for newer players, where they can get in, go into practice mode, hit a couple buttons, then get into online and hit those same buttons with the addition of heat, and they can say, "Oh yeah, I'm hella good, man. Hell yeah, bro." Because this game kind of holds hands. This game definitely holds hands. With how they've balanced the characters and stuff. I know this is sounding negative. It is a negative topic, but there's a difference between critiquing and just straight out, being absolutely insane. And I'm not saying I want to go after people's families or whatever. I'm literally talking about the game and the state. Things that have been done that people have seen. It's right there. All I'm doing is like stating the obvious. Like, the game is dumbed down. Like, it's so dumbed down, it's insane. Right? Backdashing doesn't really matter that much anymore. Sidestepping works sometimes, but you have strings that, like jab strings. The second hit will hit you, like, one jab, you're over here, and then the other one will come and they like turn to face you as well. It's just like, what kind of physics? What kind of physics is this, man? In T7, like, if you sidestep stuff, like, you're whispering in their ear like yin yang twins. You're telling them that you're telling them something that they're not gonna like to hear, but is happening. But it's the dumbing down of Tekken really damaged the quality of the whole thing, and a lot of people don't like that, me included. I enjoyed Tekken being difficult because it again, it comes to It boils down to that woman is very pregnant. Damn, that's crazy. It boils down to the character expression thing that I was talking about earlier. You know, with a game that is so skill based, you know, to tell people apart, that's what's really interesting. But can't really do that anymore. But I don't know, man. This video was kind of like a little mini rant that I wanted to do. You know, Harada's leaving pretty soon, and I thought I'd give my 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, 5 cents, you know, about the whole thing. And I really do hope he takes care of himself. Stop drinking. That's probably why your ass is having liver problems, doing all that Harada's bar and drinking and shit. Take it easy, bruh. Pops. Take it easy, Pops. You need to calm your ass down, you know what I'm saying, Harada? But again, thank you for making one of the best female characters that I've seen in a long time. It's sad to see her not be added, but I'm thankful for the memories that I was able to create and hold on to with that character. It'll be there forever and ever and ever. And that's something that I can take with me. You know, I enjoy that. But, but enough of the rambling, I suppose. Like, fuck me. That scared the shit out of me, bro. That scared the motherfucking shit out of me. God damn. Well, on that scary ass shit, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. Well, I'll ask you a question before I turn this off, right? What is something... That guy's staring at me. What is something that you really enjoyed about Tekken before Tekken 8's disaster series came about? What is something that you hold dear or can hold dear? Was a person, a character, well, I mean a player, a character, mechanic, anything. Sweet memory going to arcades or whatever. What is your experience? What is the best experience you've had playing Tekken? Because I've had a lot. I'll share a couple before I end it as well. I've met quite a number of pro players in Tekken 7. I met Pokechop. I met Cuddlecore. I met Pepper Beef Too Spicy. I hope I said his name right. I met him. I met Lil Majin. That was so sick, dude. I'm pretty sure I'm missing someone. Not sure, but I met a number of pro players, and it was a blast. You know, that and doing all the combo videos. That's another thing. So those were my two. What the hell? Those were my two best memories about Tekken 7. But enough rambling. I'm end it right there. See you guys next time. God, creepy little bastard, bro.